Oh my god.
This episode is brought to you. This episode is brought to you by the Darknet.
We ain't getting that Avino sponsorship no time soon.
So not. That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing.
Hey, community, here's what's brewing today.
Hey, Avino.
Shitty jizz.
And one gotta go. So get your cups ready for Minoritea Report.
Man, community. It's Auntie Carell. Welcome to Minority Report.
It's Auntie Dewan.
And it's Auntie Jarrell. We're doing this again.
Take two.
Take
We
two.
done, we done talked for a good 15 minutes. And it was a good conversation, too.
It was.
And that shit wasn't recorded. That hasn't happened in a while.
That hasn't
happened in a long time.
But to be
Motherfucking
fair,
A.
to be fair, we've had some. Well, I've had some technical issues. We're doing a double today, so like we had a lot of stuff going on.
Damn. Well,
It's
I'm
no
glad I
longer
caught it
Black
when I
History
caught it.
Month. I mean, like, there's just a lot of shit that's been going on.
Yeah, well, community, hopefully doing all right. I'm a little frustrated with myself right now, but I want to talk about this again because it was a good conversation. But my question to the ladies, and I forget what we even talked about before the lotion stuff, but my question to the ladies was...
I remember
Go
what
ahead.
we talked about. I remember
what did we
because we
say?
had some congratulations for Auntie Hetty over here for a little bit of
I
her
forgot.
growth moment.
That's right. Oh, yeah, we got to bring that up. We got
No, we don't got to bring it up again. We do not have to bring it up again.
Yes, we do.
gotta
don't.
bring it
No,
up.
that was
Shut
supposed
the
to
mic
stay in the
off.
group
Shut the
chat.
mic off.
Not them bringing the group chat to the podcast.
Yeah, no, this... We don't bring it that often, but this one is worthy for the group for the podcast because the
God
community
damn
is in on the joke. So we got a text today that said, "Y'all," and it's like out the blue too. It was like out the blue. I was at the gym and I was like, "Oh shit!" It says, "Y'all, I just played an Anita Baker song with my own free will." Growth. For someone that did not know who Anita Baker was, to now playing on your own free will.
Not that again, because I gotta let the
Growth.
community. I gotta remind the community. I knew who Anita Baker was. I just don't. I didn't know she sang that song. So the song that I played was "Sweet Love," y'all, because I was doing a doc for work because I'm doing an AI project with the Divine Nine, and I feeling blackity black, you know, working with the Divine Nine. And then literally Sweet Love came on in my brain. And I was like, well, I need to play this song.
Yup.
And I played it and I was singing along word for word. Because again, I know the song. I just, again, didn't know 7 years ago that it was Anita Baker. I know now.
It wasn't 7. This was like...
Girl, we've
3.
been doing it. Maybe it was
No,
3.
because it was like when we were out in Palm Springs.
Well, I mean, to be fair, still 7 years ago, I didn't know. So...
Yeah, you're right.
so...
Ja. Wat is in het
Facts. True. That is very true.
But yeah, so I played that
Dewan,
song
it
like
sounds
4
like
or
a-
5 times.
Your
sorry?
thing popped up again that
Sorry?
it's not recorded, so you might need to
no,
hop out
sorry.
and hop back in.
All right.
It's so confused. This is why we kind of confused today because that Bali internet, baby, be doing things.
But
no,
it was
we
honestly
are
it was so
proud
funny.
of you. Proud of you.
I knew y'all would
There's
be
no
proud.
better soundtrack for Divine Nine than Anita Baker. Quite
Let me
frankly.
tell you, I knew y'all would be proud, and I was like, I need to tell my sisters right now that
Yeah.
I am feeling a little bit older. She turned 38, so she's like, I literally said my response was like, I'm grown now, y'all. I can sit at the grown
You gave
folks
the
table.
growth, from Insecure.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's just there's just certain times of life, and certain situations that just calls for Anita Baker. And it's just like there's no one else that can make you feel in that moment what she makes you feel in that moment.
Yeah.
So I get it. I absolutely get it. And I was telling them too when I was recording. I was like, I went down the Toni Braxton rabbit hole in that first album, and it's so good, and it's just a similar energy for me as a Anita Baker. just like the tonality of her voice, and just that first album just hits so good. And obviously everybody like knows the hits on that album, but the song that I was really listening to, hold on, I gotta bring it up. I forget the name of it, but every time it come on, I'm like, damn, they don't be talking about this song as much. Let's see here. Oh yeah, and she had the little. I mean, come on, that album cover is everything.
Oh
too.
yeah, that iconic.
But let's see. How Many Ways? Not that many people talk about that song. That song is such a bop of a song. Oh, I was in the gym jamming. And this is something too at the gym drill that just popped in my head. I didn't say earlier. So I've been listening at the gym, like when I'm on the Stairmaster, to Game Changer. Or what's the first Heated Rivalry book? Game Changer or something?
Oh yeah, Game Changer. Yeah.
And I see how you be getting shoved up at the gym.
Okay.
I was like, hold on. I was like, hold on.
Girl, it'd be a whole other thing. And then it's the whole, bitch, I'm listening to this at the gym. They're doing this.
I know.
And you can't help but look around and be like,
I was literally chubbing up, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Because it's like the book was like as he shoot the ropes on his chest, and I was like, "What the fuck is going? What the fuck is going on?" I was like, "This shit is hot."
it is. It really is.
What in the pornography of women is going on the laptop computer? What is going on?
I am part of the Heated Rivalry book gang now. I was like, damn, okay. I'm reloaded. Ooh, seriously, I meant to say that earlier. I was like, damn. Hold on, I'm jumping up on the stair climber.
Like all of a sudden she walking bow-legged up them stairs.
Baby,
like...
I was like, oh shit. And then like you should like so like you look at me, okay, so everyone's looking at me, nobody's looking at you. They're in the fucking gym. But I was like, okay, do I put my hand in my pocket? Like, what the fuck is going what the fuck is going on? Oh my god. Yeah.
Welcome.
Highly recommend.
I do too. It's a crazy ass feeling.
Highly recommend. Oh my god.
Honestly, I haven't popped a boner in a weird place and like since I was like a kid, really. So so like doing that like at the gym. I mean like just like a random boner. Like that's what I mean. Like this is an Audible book, so it's making you pop a boner. Yeah. But just like the pop a boner, that's a whole other thing. Like I haven't done that in a while. But that did happen to me when we were in Puerto Rico. We were waiting in line for the merch to get the Bad Bunny merch. And we're literally just standing in line. There's no one sexy. We're not talking about nothing. All of a sudden I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God. I mean, no, why is this happening to me? And I felt like so weird and like creepy. And I'm like, this line and people are, I popped a boner. I don't even, nothing did it. And I was like, well, you know what?
Just mean the body's still working, baby.
That's it. The body's still working. Exactly. Exactly.
The body's still working.
Fizz over here being like, hating asshole.
It's like happens to me all the time.
You say that now. He won't be saying that later when you're on top. I know that's right. That's funny. But my question to the ladies was like, we were deep in this conversation.
Deep in it.
We did.
Do you put lotion, and community, this is a question for you too. Do you put lotion on your butt? And like it was kind of going on in the interwebs, like people asking that question, and I had to like stop and think, do I? And I was like, I do. But it's like not like gobs of lotion. It's like I'm not like specifically seeking out the lotion to lotion out my butt. It's the leftover the leftover residue of lotion of other body parts. And then that's like the last, like, okay, let me just get there. But then Dewar was like, do you put it in the crease? And I was like, I don't think I do it, but I had to like, what do I do?
Muscle memory. You had to go back into the, like, let me put myself back into, I'm walking out of the shower. I just towel myself off. I just grabbed the lotion. I just did this spot. Oh, wait a minute, I did.
I was like, okay, nope, I don't go. Because I think if I put lotion in the crack, then it would just feel wet. and I don't want that feeling. So I'd be like,
But don't y'all sweat anyway? So don't y'all always got swass?
Not all the time. I do right now, sitting now in this podcast record.
See,
I literally, that's why I just reached over like 2 minutes ago to turn on the ceiling fan in here because I'm like, but that like not all the time. Not all the time, no.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that's not really an issue. And look, y'all have seen me from behind. There's not a lot of friction going on back there anyway. So it's getting plenty of aeration on the regular. We don't have to worry about making that. Yeah, we don't got to worry about leaving that up. But yeah, definitely definitely getting the ass cheeks while I'm lubricating all the other ones. Yes, and
say that shit with your chest. I know that.
As we talked about breaking in that bed. Yes, and that was last week.
And we didn't talk about this part of it. Like, what is your order of events? Lotion is the very last thing I do. Like, so like I'll like dry off or whatever. I'll do like my facial like routine. I'll do like my hair. Like there's like certain like leave-in conditioner lotion that I put in there. Get my Q-tips. What's after that? And then that's when I do my lotion. Is at the end of that.
I do a lot of my in the shower and all that. I do a lot of like my body grooming stuff before the shower. So I cleaning up the eyebrows, doing the Q-tips in the ears, like all that kind of stuff. Cut my hair, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Fingernails and all that stuff. Then I get the shower, and then once I'm out of the shower, I do the whole drying off thing, and that's 30 minutes right there because internal body heat just. Oh yeah, well I have hypohidrosis. Jarrell is looking. For those of you who aren't watching on YouTube, they might not have seen Jarrell's face.
But 30 minutes.
So it wasn't far for me to ask that SWAS question then, bitch. If you drying off for 30 minutes, bitch, like damn.
It's
that's why I gave you that look because you were like, no. I was like,
it's really more aerating than it is drying off with the towel. Because I do the regular towel dry, but then it's like because I have hypohidrosis and when my body temperature increases, it takes a while for the body temperature to come back down. So I have to wait for that. And while that's happening, I sometimes will then sweat or perspire. And so let that happen. And once I'm mostly dry, meaning I know that I'm not going to start sweating in, that's when I do my lotion application.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I got to go into the bedroom and go to underneath the ceiling fan. Like, and that's more in the summer months. But sometimes it just be hot. But like,
sneak around like this in the bed.
But listen, be like, community, you just don't. For 99.9% of the human population who do not have to deal with hypohidrosis, which this is a medical condition, it is uncontrollable sweating, internal body temperature just hot. You're sweating for no reason. These are the things that we have to do. Like I have the AC going right now. I bring a fan with me. It's damn near like having menopause 24/7 a day, out of 24/7. Like you'll just have a hot flash for no reason, or it could be the dead of winter, 0 degrees, and the sun is beating on your face, and you just start sweating. Not because you're hot, but because it's wild. So it is a little challenging for those of us that have this situation.
Well, I feel very grateful. So thank you for sharing your story with us.
But shout out to Jarrell's favorite. This is Jarrell's favorite lotion. This is my favorite hand lotion.
That's my favorite. I didn't share my routine, but I do my lotion like right after I get out the shower. Like I don't have the sweating problem, so I can towel off very quickly. I don't have a nightly skincare routine for my face, so I just shower, wash my legs, wash my hands, and wash my ass. Okay. Yeah, and I just dry off and I put my lotion on. But I will say I like to start from my feet up first. So I like I like to start down on the lower body. And then I like to do the upper body because when I'm out the shower, like I'm putting on underwear and maybe some socks, and that's it. But I need my legs to dry first. I need the lower body to dry so I can put those things on, versus so that I'm not putting it on and then putting the socks and the clothing right on immediately.
Yeah.
So I do that the bottom part first, and then I make it up to the upper body, and then by the time I get to the upper body, I feel like it is seeped in good enough where I can put it on. It's not attaching to my underwear or my
So you can
socks.
jump in the jeans.
Nah, because jumping the jeans, girl. At this point, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, no, I start with the arms, and for some reason, I feel like I start with my left arm first. Like I don't know why.
I do my left arm too. Yeah.
And maybe just because I'm right-handed. I don't know. Now that I'm like consciously sitting here trying to think what I do, couple pumps.
Okay, how gay do you do it? Because I do it very gay. I do love giving myself a little
feel.
Yes, I really do.
No, I don't do
That's
it that
funny.
I might start now. That was gonna be in my conscience, but no, I'd be like, and then I'd be making sure I get the underarm. Be like, okay, you can't get you get the elbows, but then sometimes you'd be forgetting that. But like, no, let me make sure it's that. Then I kind of go here, then I go here because you don't want the gotta keep this moisturized. I don't want to be 50 and have like the chicken wing, the gobble turkey wing. Then I do the chest a little bit, but I don't like a lot of lotion on my chest and like stomach area either. So that's almost another area where it's maybe a little less like almost like the residual of like what's over here. And then get another pump, right arm. Then that's when I go down to my thighs. And then I get another pump, get my legs and my feet, legs and my feet. And then come back up the backside of my thighs. And then that's when now I'm doing it. Like that's when I go to the butt a little bit, whatever's residual left from like the thigh area. Don't go in the crack. Then I try to get my lower back a little bit, but like I guess I missed my whole middle back. That's just Do you do the fan with your fingers, or do you try to just take one hand and do the one side and the other hand and do the other side? I don't know. This is what I do.
She rubbing herself. Y'all gotta see this on YouTube. She quickly going through the routine real quick.
That's what I do, whatever that is.
That's funny.
But it's definitely it's the last thing I do before I turn the light off, go put my underwear on, or I'll go weigh myself, put my underwear on, socks on, get dressed, and be set for the day. So yeah. Or
the last thing
the
last things that I do are my feet and my hands. So I'll do my whole body first, and even though I have it on my palms, I won't do my actual hand. Do that until it's the very end. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the only thing
I have
that
to do the
different.
legs all at once because I'm very extra. Because I do love to just lift my leg, and I will be like this, and she will be leg be up and
She'll be
everything.
doing a whole 8 count.
She'll do. She'll be like, and leg, yes.
This is like Wesley Snipes as Vita, as Noxzema Jackson at the beginning of Too Long Fu, when she's putting on them stockings and those shoes.
Yep.
But yeah, like I like CeraVe and I like Naturium for my lotion choices. Just to kind of, it depends which ones I use, what time of year. Y'all say y'all like the Aveeno, the green bottle.
I love the Aveeno.
The green bottle.
The green bottle. The deep moisturizing. Shout out to Aveeno.
Shout out to Aveeno if you want to sponsor Minority Report, baby.
Would love to have you.
We fucks with it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Or maybe we can't cuss.
Yeah.
We mess with it.
Yeah.
Aveeno.
It's a
Aveeno.
sip.
Ooh, we love you, ho.
It's a slip and a slurp.
Look.
Get us an Aveeno jingle.
But I don't know what it is, but like Aveeno body lotion goes hard. Like it's the perfect amount of moisturizing. It doesn't feel greasy. It glides on really smoothly. It absorbs really quickly, and you feel like you get that bounce that you want out of really moisturized kind of skin. So I love it. You don't get that because some lotions will make you feel a little or on the other end greasy. You'll have like it's like oily or something like that, and I don't really like that.
Yeah, and that's why I use them for my travels as well too. Because like whenever I'm staying at hotels or Airbnb, they use the cheap shit. They use the cheap shit that that don't
that
really.
white.
It only moisturizes for like an hour, and then
Right,
by the
I was about to say,
time
how about drier after?
already, I was like, damn. So yeah, nah.
Is this
I
talcum
can't mess
powder?
with it.
What is this?
Baby. No, it'd be that it'd be that suave. Let's call it, say their names. It'd be that suave.
I remember, so I'm gonna tell on Fizz because this is when we found out that we had stopped recording, so I didn't get to share this earlier. So Fizz and I went on a trip, and he was using some form of like Neutrogena type lotion, and this is back when you could go to Target. Still don't go to Target, and he went to Target and he just grabbed a bottle, and it still looked very much the same. Right. So he just grabbed the bottle, didn't read it, anything like that. So before bed, he always puts lotions on his hands before he goes to bed every single night. So we're at the Airbnb, we're getting ready for bed. He puts lotion on his hands and he goes to bed. Wakes up, look like Trump hands. Apparently he put toner on his hand. He grabbed the bottle of toner instead of actual lotion.
Or tanner.
It was self-tanner, the self-tanner.
Self-tanner.
Yeah.
I know them sheets were fucked up. I know them sheets were fucked.
And the way that man now looks at the bottle every time he goes,
learned a lesson.
make sure I'm getting the right one.
Learned a lesson. I know that's right.
Yeah.
I know Corey Corey's so hit and miss about lotion. Like he's gotten better just because he knows I'm just so diligent about all of that. And a lot of times I just would buy him stuff, but like, okay, girl, you need to moisturize. But now he's gotten a lot better about it. But it was just so interesting when we got in a relationship. I was like, you don't like houseway, like, and you melanated too. Like when you like in the summer, you get darker. Like you need to put some lotion on. Like you get ashy. You too old to not be losing no damn lotion.
Running around
And then
these
like
streets.
he just
like,
does it kind of like haphazardly sometimes too. He should be like, I'm like, that ain't doing nothing. That ain't doing nothing. That ain't doing it. But anyway.
I do have one question for y'all.
Uh-huh.
If you know you're not leaving your house for the day, have you ever not moisturized?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
If I'm not leaving, if I know for a fact that I'm not leaving and I'm not seeing anybody, meaning nobody's
Right.
coming
It's
over,
gotta
not
be
hanging
both
out with me.
criteria.
Because that's a whole other thing. Yeah, I will wash
What
up.
about your mans though?
But I won't.
What about with your mans?
No, that's a different story.
Let me think. If I shower, I lotion. How diligent about the lotion if I'm just staying in the crib is different. Like if I know I'm leaving the house, I'm gonna do the routine. If I'm in the crib, I for sure still do my upper body, but the lower body I might haphazardly do it. But like, okay, not as like diligent as I maybe do if I know I'm leaving the house or something like that.
Yeah.
But there's been times I've done that, and I'll leave to go to the gym. And be like, damn, I ain't do my legs right. And so now I have a little to-go bottle of lotion.
Emergency.
I'm like, you ain't gonna catch me out here ashy like this.
Even if it's the little cracks right here, I still don't want that ash either. No. Fizz bullied me into making sure that I'm always moisturized, even at home. So even if I'm not going out and I'm just gonna be in the home, I'm gonna always have lotion on.
He called
He called me. Yes, he did. He came up to me and he took his finger and was like, boop, "You're ashy," and I was like, "But I'm home. It's a safe space." Like,
not today, it ain't.
Yeah.
So now I always make sure that I have lotion on every single
we don't
day,
do that
even
in
if I'm just
Hawkins
sitting in the crib.
Yeah, no, we don't shame.
We don't
My
do
sister
that
would do
in
it to my
Maison
dad
house.
though.
We don't do this in
sister
Maison
would do it to my
Hawkins and the clerk. No.
Right? No.
We're natural.
Nah. All natural. I know that.
But it's just
no,
us.
like, and half the time I don't even like the feeling of it because like it'd be dry. You'd be like it doesn't hurt, but it's like it's not comfortable. If that makes sense. So sometimes like I just need to put some on just to feel comfortable in my skin. Oh man! But anyway, so that we had a whole other conversation. We done talked another 20 minutes on this damn lotion again. So let us know your lotion routine. Do you get your butt? And then, if so, what's your favorite lotion that you be using? Put us on some
shout out to the Jerkin Jergens too.
And, the jerkin, the wild cherry. That's scented one. That's a classic scent.
Jerkin Jergens.
Grew up with that shit. Oh God, Carell. Am I gonna say this?
Yeah, you are.
Go for it.
I did not like the jerkins for jerking off back in the day. Like it was almost too thick a little bit. Like, but like I didn't like the swap. Like I felt like I don't know. It just didn't last either. Like it was thick and it just didn't last. Like it just didn't give me the stroke that I wanted.
Not it didn't last. How long you at this?
I mean,
Sometimes
you just have your little edging session for the day.
Listen,
going.
And back in the day, options were limited.
Baby, that part right. Half the time, like especially back in the day, like waiting for the damn picture to come up on the screen.
Yeah, sure.
And then sometimes it would freeze. And you'd be like, "Damn, I kind of can see the pubes a little bit."
You got to find the right VHS tape.
Baby, the kids just don't
What was this
know.
one? What was this one? Mom's birthday. What was this labeled? Vacation
and real sex 32.
New York City taxi cab confessions.
All the above, baby. All the above. Oh, and those were the days I've shared this on here. Those were the days where I was stealing Playgirls. Lord, forgive me for that. Forgive me for stealing. Oh, Lord, that's funny. Anyway, but Jawan, you had a this or that curiosity moment for us. And we're curious what it's gonna be. We don't know what it is.
Yeah, I heard this debate going on the interwebs, and I wanted to kick it over to Yo Aunteas. And this is a this or that. So basically, the question is, would you rather shit every time you come, or come every time you shit? So every single time you shit, you come, and every single time you come, you shit.
Well, I mean, if you shit hard enough, you actually could stroke your prostate and actually come. So there can be discharge that happens. And that's a medical fact, by the way.
He's saying
So,
that's a medical fact. No,
yeah.
if I'm shitting, that'd be dope to just come every time. Because like if you come and just shit like that, that's not pleasurable in the moment. Well, at least not for me. Maybe there's some people that like that. I ain't going to yuck your yum, but for me, I don't want to every time I'm having pleasure with the human over here. I'm shitting in the bed.
I just don't want to shit 6 times a day. So, I'm just going.
Wait, you coming 6 times a day? At 38? Okay.
Every time.
Drink up.
It wouldn't be nothing in me. So, literally. So, although that's one way to lose weight, though. So maybe I would like that. I'll be skinny. I don't know. But no, I would definitely say I would rather come when I'm shitting. And that's just because easy cleanup. You right there at the toilet anyways.
Exactly.
That for me is that that was it for me.
Right there.
That was it for me. Because there was a lot of conversation about, well, exactly how much are you coming and exactly how much are you shitting and all. Like if you shit every time, because when you have to take
if you
a
came
shit,
on somebody, you would shit on them too.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's crazy.
But there are a lot of sides out there that aren't. I mean, not my situation, but there are a lot of people who don't do that with other people. So, but for me, it's just it was the practicality of, if I'm already over there, then let's just easy cleanup. Let's not complicate things.
And also, that minimum, the shower's right there too. It's like, okay, shooting ropes on his chest.
I just could not imagine anyone wanting to be like, every time I come, I shit. Like that means every sexual partner you would be with, you would literally, like. I don't want that reputation. Like, I would be embarrassed. Honestly, like for real, I would be embarrassed. It's just
shitty jizz. Is that the title of the episode?
I think you're right.
I think it is.
I mean, listen, I'm not trying to, yuck somebody's yum. There's a lot of people that are into a lot of different things that are out there. I'm not trying to shame somebody's, kink or preference or whatever. But for me, I would rather
come every time I take a shit versus the other way around.
Yeah.
Also, at least when you're coming, you have a pretty much idea of what is coming out, the quantity at least. When you're shitting, you don't know what all might be coming out. So that's a little too much mess and uncertainty for me.
Yeah. Like you be talking about with the shit that I be watching. Like, where'd you see this question at?
Just how I said this off camera. I was talking about how one thing I love about the internet, because last week episode we talked about the big arch and we talked about some other things, and I was like, I ain't seen none of that on the internet. That's one thing I like about the internet. I could be on the other side and not know any of that shit. Here, Dewan coming from the other side of the internet, being like, would you rather?
I ain't never seen that on the internet.
Girl. That's a Bali internet. The internet in Bali is a whole other world. That's what that is.
A whole different world. Right.
That
That's
part.
what that is.
She's seeing some crazy shit over there.
Let that stay over there. Don't bring that back to the States. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, all right. Let's see here. So what we're going to do here is actually we're going to save this bracket for another one.
Yeah.
But Jarrell has sent us, where did I put it? There we go. So let me share my screen here. And this has been kind of floating. So this is the kind of internet things floating on the internet that I like as well.
Yeah.
And let's see if I can do this correctly. Share.
Damn, this episode really exposing what we be doing on the internet. I just want the community to know that over here I be minding my business with shit like this on the internet.
It's as diabolical as that new IG feature where now they see who has already liked something. So you'll just be scrolling, see a random picture, and you'll see somebody's face bubble up to it.
I know
like,
the Wobby called out my name. He's like, girl, you like this? Show did. Show did. And go like it again. And that means we on the same internet street, so you saw the same thing.
There is some intersectionality happening between our streams.
You know,
at the time, Jarrell be beating me. I'm like, railroad over saw it. He already liked it.
You know, at first I felt some kind of way about it, but now I look at it and it's the internet version of being like, girl, you see what I see?
Right.
Without even
like,
sending it to each other. Yeah.
Oh, Lord. But for those that are on YouTube watching this, and by the way, subscribe and all that good stuff, and leave us a review, even if you're not on YouTube. We like the comments and things like that, but leave us a review also on like Apple Podcasts and Spotify and things like that. It just helps our show continue to grow. But if you're not watching this, what we have up on the screen right now, it says One Gotta Go and all of their music. And it's Beyoncé, Prince, Michael Jackson, and Whitney Houston. One Gotta Go and all of their music. And this is just mean.
It's mean. It's diabolical. I don't like it. I don't want it.
Right, I don't want it. I know my answer though.
I know my answer too. Ooh. Oh, y'all do.
Do we want to say it all at the same time?
Okay. One, two, three. Prince. Whitney,
I'm sorry, boo. And that hurts my heart because she's the best singer of all time.
Dewan, you can say.
And the answer probably has changed over time for me. I was never the biggest Prince fan growing up.
But your husband
is his diva of choice. And the amount of Prince I've heard in these last 14 years, it's made me respect Prince in a way that I never did growing up. And there's just so much music and so many tunes. I'm like, this dude was on a whole nother planet. It's crazy. So it's probably changed for me over time because Whitney to me is the best voice of all time. Like we say Brandy's the vocal Bible. No, Whitney, if we're going to say someone's the whole entire Bible, is motherfucking Whitney Houston in her prime.
But yeah, you said bye.
But I said bye because I find that I don't listen to Whitney's music as much. I don't listen to I don't listen to like her albums that much. I'm not a Whitney album girl. And so Beyonce all day, every day. Michael all day, every day. And so I was like, okay, those two are safe instantly for me. And then I was like, oh, let me just think of just even albums. I would now listen to a full Prince album before a full Whitney album.
Damn,
There's
you
songs of
almost
Whitney that I'm like,
changed.
for sure.
You almost changed my vote there just a little bit, because when I think about from an album perspective, I think I would listen to Prince's albums like forward to like I would no skip a good chunk of Prince's albums. I feel like there are songs on Whitney's albums that I would skip, right?
1000%.
But the ones that I'm playing, to me,
Are it.
And her voice is just the best of all time. The best of all time. I think where I still will say bye to Prince is because although I would play those songs, I don't know the songs like I know Whitney songs. You know?
1000%.
And I think that's really the biggest difference. Beyonce and Michael, they were never part of the conversation. I immediately looked at this side of the photo. I was like, okay, so it's between you two.
There.
Yeah.
It's between you two. So, but I mean, like, I love watching Prince perform. Like I've said on the podcast before, like I've gotten to be at Paisley Park. I got to be at his home and watch him play. I gotten to be at the Blue Jazz place in Minneapolis for pop-ups of his as well too, and also like being in Minneapolis when he passed away as well too. Like this is like, and I have a core memory with Corey, and we went and got food. And it was Corey and I, and we played Prince. When y'all lived in Atlanta, we played Prince. The moment we got into the car, got the food all the way back, and then we sat in the car for another 2 songs before we came in with the food, listening to Prince. Yeah. So
it's all
day, I would say Corey also was a reason why I was very close to picking Prince. To picking Prince. But no, Prince had to go.
Yeah. Why'd you get rid of Prince?
There are a couple reasons. One, and again, this is no shade to Prince at all, because I think each and every one of these artists are in a lane all their own, and deserve all the flowers, and nothing can take away the impact that they have had on the music industry and in Black culture specifically and beyond. I just, out of the 4, had the least connection to Prince. I enjoyed his music, but that music genre of kind of on the alternative, rocky kind of musicality never really resonated with me personally. So if I had to say, what, and also when I think about what genres of music, I see more artists being the unofficial drag daughters, of the other 3, more so in pop culture and other things, just from what I see. And, she sees a lot, or maybe not the kind of things that everybody else sees based on the last conversation.
That.
But, when I think about those kind of things, I'm like, if for me personally, if I had to never have heard any of their music and would not be bothered by it, it would have been Prince.
If we took Prince out of this and put Mariah there, who would go for you?
Oh shit! Damn, that's tough.
Right?
I think for me it would be Mariah still. Like I just love Whitney. I love Mariah, but or maybe
it might be
for me. It's a flip between Beyonce and Whitney at that point. It's a flip between those two, and I would probably lean more towards Whitney than I would Beyonce. I would probably keep Mariah, Beyonce, and Michael in the running. And again, no shade, to the artists, but
that's not.
These are like the artists of all artists.
I mean, and 3 of the 4 are dead, so you can't shade the dead. So
well, I'm closer to seeing them than you are.
But you still alive. The point was they dead. So. They are stamped in history already. You can't change nothing with what you said.
Oh Lord. And Lord, let us keep them on for a lot longer.
Right. We love them. Don't get me wrong. We love them.
What flight am I supposed to be on coming back? No, but yeah, I would say if we put Mariah in there, because I mean I'm just a big Mariah fan. I would not call me a super fan, but I just really appreciate and listen to her music, and I listen to it all the time. I would take Whitney out. Yeah.
And that's
Gerard, is there someone that you
do the
put in
same
there
thing.
that would make you force Whitney out?
Honestly, I was gonna say I changed my mind. I would say bye to Whitney as well.
Oh, okay.
I would too. Yeah. I think about the whole point of like albums.
Yeah,
Mariah albums, I can listen to all the way through without skipping, like just playing them front to back. The vocals are there, like
because it
the amount
sucks
of
that
songs.
right.
Yeah.
It sucks in Whitney's prime. She didn't have as many good songs on the albums as she did later when her voice was like maybe not in the prime. Like, because Whitney from like Bodyguard on, like the 90s Whitney song wise, stellar. You know, from Bodyguard to Wait to Excel soundtrack to My Love Is Your Love, that album. And then
But there was
even when the voice was like really gone, there's still like a few in there that was like, okay, these are some bops. Right, baby, $1 million bill.
Left, right,
just one of those days. I forget what the words are, but I love that song, and the voice was not there, but I was like, this is still a bop. So there's like, and it's maybe like quote unquote, and this is what they say, not me say, because it kind of bothers me, but it's like they call it the Black Whitney versus like, you know, the white Whitney, like the pop star Whitney. But I just wish she had the voice of her prime when I like the songs a little more, like the latter years. Because those albums were way better than some of the first albums for me.
Yeah. So speaking of black versus white, so on the internet, someone had asked the question, did you think Michael changed the color of his dick too? Like,
I saw that. I saw that today. And they said when the head poked out, I was like, shut up.
See, y'all going to hell. Y'all are going to hell. Not Michael
like,
having a Toblerone.
No. And then they said, then they compared it to Sammy Sosa.
Yep. Wait, and someone in the comments said, ask the kids.
I'm not touching that.
I'm not touching that either. I'm not touching that either. I'm logging off the internet. I'm logging off. I'm logging. The podcast is done for the week. I ain't got shit to say.
And on that note, lotion your hands, your legs, and your hands.
Thank you. See you next week. Oh, bye. Nope. I don't want it.
Baby, we did
crazy place. Y'all, the internet is a crazy place. I'm telling you.
Leave Michael alone.
This episode passed the gutter, baby. This whole episode is past the gutter.